Jacob, let me ask you
Mm,
one last question before we do the closing questions. So,
mm,
new
okay.
technologies, right? I think both you and I go to these trade shows. I think there's a lot of, I want to say promises. There's a lot of interesting stuff, but there's also some, I don't want to say traps, but I guess that's the best word I could use. That it's very exciting. It seems like it's going to solve all of our problems. And I'm talking about LLMs, like co-pilots. I'm talking about maybe even like hardware stuff. Like I think IO Link was said to be the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
I think it
Mm,
has an advantage, but again, just goes
mm,
back to it needs to be implemented properly. And then when I
mm,
look in reality, it's not implemented properly. So
mm.
is it really
Yeah.
solving anything? Like, any thoughts on what you're maybe looking for to be interesting? And also, how do you evaluate some of those things when you go to trade shows to be like viable or to just be another trend of the moment, so to speak?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. No, but you're right about the thing that you get very excited about something and then you feel disappointed about yourself that you were triggered into getting exciting when it wasn't that thing. So the LLMs, for example, now I see this as well in OT, right? Siemens are talking about it, Beckhoff are talking about it, the other vendors are talking about it as well. And I'm very fortunate in the sense that I'm still doing traditional software development in parallel with OT. So I had the opportunity to use this in my daily work for software, and this has improved, like significantly improved the way I develop software. So
Really?
I
Okay.
can, yeah, it has significant. I have used it in the sense that I still do the thinking in the terms. I do still do the software engineering in the sense that I have to define together with the clients, because when I get a project, the client says what they want. I think I understand what they want. There's a lot of implicit knowledge in the client, a lot of implicit knowledge in me that we maybe not we don't we just assume that the other person knows, and the project, it grows. That's like my work, right? To iterate in short iterations all the time together with the client. And the what this has given me is a lot of the grunt work to set up something, a very very basic prototype of software. Then this has given me opportunity to just vastly shorten that time from doing something, prototype that could take me days, I can do in a few hours now. I still have to do the heavy work of the actual thinking. What is it that my system want to do? The more specific I am about it, the better answers I'll get. And that's something I'm still actually, this has been around for a year now, but I'm still in the phase where I can't believe it. I really like it. I'm primarily talking about Python here. I do Python development now in
Okay.
parallel, and it's really amazing how well it works. And the thing is, I still have to do the work about specifying what the system is supposed to do. And but I can literally really specify a test for something. I want the system to behave like this, and I can specify this is the behavior I want, and I want this method to do this. Based on this input, I want these outputs. And ChatGPT is going to give me the answer. It's going to write the implementation for me. So now I can work with this very, very fast iterations. I'll end up with having 20 tests that describe a certain behavior, and I can show that to the client. More often than not, they change, no, this is not correct. Then we'll iterate the behavior. That's something so being specific now about something, I thought a year ago I was impressed, but I thought this isn't going to be a huge thing. It's probably going to fade out. But for me personally, it's made a huge difference. So I feel I underestimated it, actually.